In the heart of the Appalachian Mountains stood a dense forest shrouded in mystery and dread. Locals referred to it as the Haunted Woods, a place where dark legends and chilling tales of mysterious disappearances kept people at bay. Few dared to venture deep into its depths, and those who did returned with harrowing stories of unseen entities and paranormal occurrences. Amidst these chilling stories, a group of adventurous hikers, Lena, Chris, Sarah, and Alex, were determined to challenge the forest's reputation. Armed with backpacks, hiking gear, and a thirst for the unknown, they set out on a crisp autumn morning. Lena was the group's fearless leader, with an unwavering belief in the power of science and reason. Chris, her childhood friend, had an insatiable curiosity about the supernatural. Sarah was a nature enthusiast, eager to discover the forest's secrets, while Alex, the jokester of the group, faced every challenge with humor and wit. As they delved deeper into the woods, the sunlight filtered through the dense canopy, casting an eerie green glow over the forest floor. Whispers of ancient spirits seemed to rustle through the leaves, and the air held an unnerving stillness. As the day waned, the group pressed on, eager to reach the heart of the forest. They followed a worn trail that led them to an abandoned cabin, a relic of a bygone era, swallowed by nature's relentless embrace. The cabin's crumbling walls bore the scars of time, and a sense of foreboding washed over them. Ignoring the unsettling feeling, they set up camp nearby and kindled a crackling fire. Under the starlit sky, they shared stories, laughter, and camaraderie, their spirits high despite the legends that haunted the woods. But as the night deepened, a chill crept into the air, and the forest came alive with strange sounds, whispers, howls, and the occasional crack of a branch. Their bravado began to waver, and an unspoken fear tightened its grip on each hiker's heart. As sleep eluded them, Lena suggested exploring the surrounding area to dispel the unease. Armed with flashlights, they wandered into the darkness, the glow of the moon casting eerie shadows on the forest floor. But what began as an attempt to ease their minds quickly turned into a nightmare. They felt an invisible presence stalking them, something sinister, hungry for their fears. The forest seemed to shift around them, distorting reality and feeding on their growing terror. Sarah's heart raced as she swore she heard her own voice whispering from the shadows. She felt an icy hand brush against his neck when no one was there. Alex's humor waned, replaced by an unsettling unease. Even Lena, the pillar of rationality, began to doubt her own perceptions. As dawn broke, the group returned to their camp, shaken and exhausted. They decided to cut their trip short and head back to safety. But escape proved impossible. The forest had other plans. The trail that had led them in now seemed to twist and turn, leading them deeper into the woods. Confusion and panic set in, straining their friendships as they grappled with the realization that an unseen force was manipulating their reality. Each hiker confronted their deepest fears, both external and internal. Sarah's love for nature turned into a crippling fear of the wilderness. Chris battled his skepticism as he faced unexplainable phenomena. Alex's jokes became a desperate defense mechanism to mask his terror. Lena questioned her own sanity as her scientific beliefs faltered in the face of the inexplicable. As night fell once more, the forest tightened its grip on the group. Their flashlights flickered, casting eerie shadows on the trees. They stumbled upon an ancient stone altar, adorned with cryptic symbols, the epicenter of the forest's malevolence. Driven by desperation, Lena, Sarah, Chris, and Alex resolved to confront the curse head-on. They realized that the forest fed on their fears, using their vulnerabilities against them. To break free, they had to face the darkness within and stand united against the malevolent force. With trembling hands, they each placed an offering on the altar, a symbol of sacrifice and solidarity. Sarah offered a twig of evergreen, a sign of her love for nature. Chris offered a silver coin, representing his acceptance of the supernatural. Alex offered a cherished photograph, a reminder of the strength of their friendship. Lena offered her scientific compass, acknowledging that there were mysteries beyond explanation. As the last offering settled on the altar, an intense wind swept through the forest, extinguishing their flashlights and plunging them into darkness. A haunting presence surrounded them, but this time they stood firm, refusing to succumb to fear. A voice echoed through the woods, a voice that was not of this world. It spoke of pain, longing, and the weight of centuries. It was the voice of an ancient spirit trapped in the forest, a spirit burdened by a curse it could never break. The group understood that the curse was not malevolent by nature, but born of sorrow and injustice. In their unity, they found the strength to release the spirit from its torment. With each of their offerings, they symbolically returned a piece of the ancient spirit's lost identity. As the dawn approached, the forest seemed to sigh with relief, its malevolence giving way to a tranquil ambience. The hikers felt a sense of closure and redemption, as if the forest had forgiven them for intruding upon its sacred grounds. The forest released its grip on the group, allowing them to find their way back to safety. Exhausted but enlightened, they emerged from the woods as changed individuals. They realized that the curse of the forest was not a malevolent entity, but rather a reflection of their own inner demons. By confronting their fears and standing united, they had broken the cycle of torment that had plagued the woods for centuries. In the years that followed, Lena, Chris, Sarah, and Alex remained close friends, bound together by an experience that transcended the realm of the known. They became advocates for the forest's preservation and shared its haunting tales with those who would listen, always emphasizing the importance of unity and acceptance in the face of the unknown. And so, the curse of the forest evolved from a tale of terror into a story of redemption and growth, a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the power of facing one's fears to find peace within the darkest corners of existence. As time passed, the hikers couldn't shake the memories of their harrowing experience in the haunted woods. Strange occurrences followed them back to their daily lives, unexplained noises, eerie whispers in the wind, and shadows that seemed to linger just beyond their vision. Haunted by the past, they decided to return to the forest, hoping to find answers and put an end to the lingering malevolence. Armed with knowledge from their previous encounter, they sought the guidance of local experts in folklore and the supernatural. The experts revealed that the forest had once been a sacred ground for an ancient tribe who revered the spirits of the land. However, when settlers arrived and displaced the tribe, the sacredness of the woods was disrupted. A curse was said to have been cast upon those who would desecrate the forest, a curse that fed on the fears and regrets of trespassers. Determined to break the curse once and for all, Lena, Chris, Sarah, and Alex embarked on a journey to find the tribe's forgotten sanctuary, a place of spiritual connection and healing. Guided by the ancient symbols and legends, they searched for the heart of the forest, where the curse had taken root. As they delved deeper into the woods, the paranormal activities intensified once again. Shadows danced among the trees, and the echoes of distant wails sent chills down their spines. Yet, their newfound understanding of the forest's history and the strength of their unity bolstered their resolve. They finally reached a hidden glade, untouched by time, where the ancient sanctuary lay hidden. They performed a ritual of release, embracing the spirits of the land with humility and reverence. In a harmonious chorus, they sang songs of healing and forgiveness, offering their heartfelt apologies for the trespasses committed by generations past. As their voices rose, the atmosphere shifted. The air seemed to shimmer with ethereal light, and a gentle breeze carried a sense of acceptance and peace. The spirits of the ancient tribe acknowledged the sincerity of their intentions, and the curse began to dissipate. With the curse broken, the hikers felt a profound connection with the forest. They no longer feared its shadows or dreaded the darkness. Instead, they embraced the spirits of the land and acknowledged the power of the unknown. In the heart of the haunted woods, they erected a simple monument, a symbol of unity and remembrance. They vowed to share the stories of the forest's past with others, urging them to respect the land and learn from its history. As time went on, the forest's reputation began to change. People started to visit, not out of morbid curiosity, but to experience its ancient energy and embrace its mysteries. The hikers became the guardians of the forest, protecting it from harm and ensuring that its secrets remained untarnished. Over the years, Lena, Chris, Sarah, and Alex grew old together, their bond unbreakable. Their shared experiences in the haunted woods became the foundation of a lifelong friendship, their lives forever intertwined with the ancient spirits that had touched their souls. And so, the curse of the forest transformed from a malevolent force into a testament of redemption and enlightenment, a story of courage, unity, and the enduring power of the human spirit to conquer the darkness within and without. As long as the ancient woods stood, the legend of Lena, Chris, Sarah, and Alex would live on, a reminder that sometimes the greatest mysteries lie not in the shadows, but within the depths of our own hearts. The Thompson family, consisting of John, Lisa, and their 2 children, Emma and Michael, had recently moved into a beautiful old house in a quiet neighborhood. The place exuded charm, with its antique architecture and lush garden. Little did they know that within the house lurked a malevolent presence eager to prey on their happiness. As the family settled into their new home, they discovered a magnificent antique mirror in the attic. Its ornate golden frame and beveled glass intrigued them, and they decided to place it in the living room as a centerpiece. Unbeknownst to the Thompsons, the mirror harbored a dark secret. Late one night, Lisa passed by the living room and caught a glimpse of her reflection in the antique glass. She noticed something odd, an ominous shadow lurking behind her. Fear gripped her heart, and she quickly turned around, only to find nothing there. Shaking off the eerie feeling, she dismissed it as a trick of the light. But as days passed, the mirror seemed to hold a sinister fascination over her family. Emma claimed she saw faces in the mirror's reflection, and Michael complained of cold hands touching him whenever he stood before it. John, the practical and level-headed one, brushed off their claims as mere imagination. But even he couldn't deny the unease he felt when he gazed into the mirror. His reflection sometimes seemed distorted, grinning maliciously back at him. As the malevolent presence in the mirror grew stronger, the family began experiencing disturbing dreams. Lisa dreamt of being trapped inside the mirror, surrounded by twisted versions of her family. Michael dreamt of being chased by a shadowy figure, his reflection morphing into something sinister. Emma's dreams were the most haunting. She dreamt of a ghostly child trapped within the mirror, reaching out for help. The child's eyes were filled with desperation and sorrow, and Emma couldn't shake the feeling that the spirit's pain was somehow connected to the mirror's malevolence. Determined to find answers, Lisa began researching the history of the antique mirror. She discovered that it had once belonged to the Bellows family, who had lived in the house generations ago. Tragedy had struck the Bellows family when their young daughter, Isabella, died under mysterious circumstances. Rumors circulated that Isabella's spirit was trapped within the mirror, seeking revenge for the injustice done to her. The Bellows family had desperately tried to destroy the mirror, but their efforts were futile. Eventually, they hid it away in the attic, hoping to rid themselves of the malevolent presence. Armed with this knowledge, Lisa knew they had to find a way to break the mirror's curse and free Isabella's spirit. Lisa sought the help of an old psychic, Madame Lorraine, renowned for her abilities to communicate with spirits. Madame Lorraine confirmed the presence of a malevolent entity within the mirror and sensed Isabella's tormented soul. Together, they devised a ritual, a delicate balance of light and darkness, to release Isabella's spirit and cleanse the mirror of its malevolence. The ritual would require all the family's strength and courage, as well as their unwavering love for one another. Gathering around the mirror, they lit candles and chanted ancient incantations. The mirror trembled, and the room filled with a haunting wind. Shadows danced on the walls, and the air thickened with an eerie energy. As the ritual reached its climax, the malevolent presence within the mirror fought back with fury. Images of twisted, grotesque reflections appeared, taunting the family and trying to break their resolve. But the Thompsons stood strong, united by their love and determination to save Isabella's soul. In a final act of defiance, John reached out and shattered the mirror's glass with a silver blade, breaking its curse. A brilliant light burst forth from the shattered mirror, and Isabella's spirit emerged, her face serene and at peace. With a gentle smile, she whispered her gratitude before ascending to the heavens, finally free from her torment. The malevolent presence had dissipated, leaving the family with a newfound sense of peace. The house no longer felt haunted, and the Thompsons could finally rest easy at night. In the aftermath of their harrowing ordeal, the family decided to keep a small piece of the mirror as a reminder of their strength and the power of love over darkness. It served as a symbol of their unity and the triumph of good over evil. As they moved forward, they never forgot Isabella's spirit and the tragic history behind the antique mirror. Their experiences had forever changed them, teaching them to cherish their time together and appreciate the simple joys of life. So, the Thompsons left the past behind, embracing a new beginning, a future filled with hope and a renewed belief in the unseen forces that connect us all. The haunted mirror was no longer a source of dread, but a testament to the power of love and the resilience of the human spirit. Despite their triumph over the malevolent presence in the mirror, the Thompsons couldn't escape the lingering shadows of their haunting experiences. The family began to notice subtle changes in themselves and their surroundings. Emma became withdrawn, haunted by visions of Isabella's spirit. She would often sit alone in her room, lost in thought, unable to shake the connection she felt with the ghostly child. The reflection in her mirror sometimes seemed distorted, reflecting a hint of sadness in her eyes. Michael, on the other hand, developed a fascination with the supernatural. He would spend hours reading books on ghost stories and paranormal investigations. His once carefree demeanor was replaced by a determined curiosity to understand the mysteries of the spirit world. Lisa felt a constant unease, as if someone was watching her from the corners of the room. Her dreams remained restless, and she often caught glimpses of fleeting shadows darting through the house. She questioned whether the malevolent presence had truly been vanquished. Even John, the pillar of strength for his family, couldn't ignore the nagging feeling that they had not escaped the haunting completely. He decided to seek Madame Lorraine's guidance once more. Madame Lorraine welcomed the Thompsons back into her home, sensing the weight of their lingering fears. She explained that the bond between Emma and Isabella's spirit had grown stronger during the ritual. Emma's empathic nature had forged a connection, leaving a part of Isabella's essence within her. Madame Lorraine reassured the family that Isabella's spirit meant no harm. Instead, she acted as a guardian, watching over Emma from the other side. She advised them to embrace the connection and find solace in the knowledge that Isabella's soul had found peace. As for the shadows that seemed to haunt their home, Madame Lorraine explained that remnants of the mirror's malevolence might still linger. They needed to perform a cleansing ritual to banish any lingering negative energy from the house. Determined to bring an end to their lingering fears, the Thompsons followed Madame Lorraine's guidance. Together, they gathered in their living room, forming a circle around a glowing crystal placed at the center. They closed their eyes, allowing Madame Lorraine's soothing voice to guide them through the cleansing ritual. They visualized a radiant light emanating from the crystal, spreading through every corner of their home, purging it of any malevolent presence. As they opened their eyes, they felt a shift in the atmosphere. The oppressive darkness had dissipated, replaced by a sense of tranquility and warmth. The shadows that once haunted their home were now mere memories of a distant past. With their home finally cleansed of any lingering malevolence, the Thompsons could finally embrace a sense of normalcy. Emma learned to embrace her connection with Isabella's spirit, finding comfort in the knowledge that she had a guardian watching over her. Michael's fascination with the supernatural led him to join a paranormal investigation group. He became an advocate for understanding and compassion towards spirits, hoping to shed light on the unseen world. Lisa's unease slowly faded, and she found herself captivated by the beauty of the present. She cherished every moment with her family, grateful for the bond that had grown stronger through their shared experiences. John continued to be the rock that held the family together. He learned to accept the mysteries of the universe, knowing that some questions might never have straightforward answers. His love for his family was unwavering, and he vowed to protect them from anything that threatened their happiness. And so, the Thompsons moved forward, forever changed by their encounters with the haunted mirror. They faced their fears, embraced the unknown, and discovered that even in the darkest of times, love and unity could conquer any malevolent force. Their home, once a source of dread, became a sanctuary of warmth and love, a testament to the power of hope and the strength that comes from facing the unknown together. The haunted mirror may have been a chapter in their lives, but their journey had only just begun, filled with endless possibilities and a newfound appreciation for the unseen world around them. In the heart of City, an old and decrepit gallery stood hidden between towering skyscrapers. Only the most dedicated art enthusiasts dared to venture inside its dusty halls. It was here that the struggling artist, Emma, found herself one stormy evening, seeking inspiration that had eluded her for far too long. Emma's paintings had once been praised for their vibrant colors and evocative themes. However, as the years passed, her artistic spark began to wane. Frustration and doubt consumed her, leaving her on the verge of giving up her lifelong passion. As she wandered the dimly lit gallery, she stumbled upon an unassuming painting at the corner of a forgotten room. The frame was cracked, the canvas frayed, and layers of dust obscured the image. But something about the painting's dark allure captivated Emma's attention. The scene depicted a hauntingly beautiful woman, her piercing eyes seeming to follow Emma's every move. She was surrounded by an aura of mystery, and an air of foreboding enveloped the artwork. Emma couldn't tear her gaze away, as if the painting held an inexplicable power over her. The gallery owner, a peculiar old man with a knowing smile, approached her. "Ah, I see you found the cursed painting," he said, his voice a hushed whisper. "It's not for sale, you know. Many have tried to buy it, but none have succeeded in taking it home." Emma was taken aback by the man's words. "Why is it cursed?" she asked, her curiosity piqued. The old man's eyes darkened, and he sighed, as if recounting a grim tale. Legend has it that the painting was created by a tormented artist who poured his pain and suffering into it. Those who possess it are said to be haunted by its dark essence, descending into madness. Despite the warnings, Emma couldn't resist the allure of the cursed painting. She knew it was irrational, but she believed it held the key to unlocking her dormant talent. Determined to prove herself, she pleaded with the gallery owner to sell it to her, offering everything she had, including her last bit of savings. After a long silence, the gallery owner relented, cautioning her to be careful. "The painting can be a gift or a curse, depending on how you choose to see it," he warned. "May you find the inspiration you seek, but be wary of the darkness it may unleash." Back in her small, dimly lit studio, Emma placed the cursed painting on an easel, surrounded by her empty canvases and discarded brushes. As the hours turned into days, she became consumed by the painting's enigmatic presence. Every day, she would sit before the haunting image, attempting to capture its essence on her own canvas. But her brushstrokes seemed lifeless and uninspired, as if the painting's malevolent aura drained her of creativity. Emma's obsession grew, and she neglected all other aspects of her life. She stopped socializing with friends and withdrew from her family. Her once bright studio turned into a gloomy lair, shrouded in darkness and the smell of dampness. Sleep eluded her, replaced by restless nights spent in the company of the cursed painting. She felt as though the woman in the artwork whispered to her in the dead of night, urging her to surrender to the darkness. As days turned into weeks, Emma's mental and physical health deteriorated. Her paintings, once filled with vibrant colors and life, became twisted and macabre, mirroring the haunted woman in the cursed painting. Her eyes grew sunken, her cheeks hollow, and her hands trembled uncontrollably. But the more she suffered, the deeper she became entwined with the painting, unable to break free from its malevolent grip. One night, in the throes of desperation, Emma dreamt of the woman in the painting reaching out to her. "Join me," the ethereal figure whispered, her voice both haunting and alluring. "Embrace the darkness, and your true talent will emerge." Emma awoke with a jolt, her heart pounding in her chest. The boundary between reality and the painting's world blurred, and she began to question her own sanity. Was she losing touch with reality, or had she willingly immersed herself in the cursed painting's macabre realm? Amidst the darkness, a glimmer of hope appeared. A childhood friend, Lily, grew worried about Emma's sudden disappearance from her life. Despite Emma's reluctance to see anyone, Lily persisted, determined to save her friend from the clutches of the cursed painting. Lily found Emma in her dimly lit studio, surrounded by her haunting paintings and the cursed masterpiece. Shocked by Emma's deteriorating state, Lily begged her to let go of the painting and seek help. "I can't," Emma whispered, her voice barely audible. "I need it. It's the only way to regain my talent, to prove myself as an artist. With tears in her eyes, Lily refused to give up on her friend. You were always talented, Emma, she said. But this painting is consuming you. Let it go before it's too late. Emma's heart wavered between the darkness she clung to and the flicker of hope offered by her friend. The cursed painting seemed to call out to her, promising her greatness if she only surrendered completely to its malevolence. In a moment of clarity, Emma saw the truth in Lily's eyes, the truth of her own talent and the destructive path she was treading. With her last bit of strength, she mustered the willpower to remove the painting from its easel. As she tried to put it away, an invisible force seemed to resist, as if the painting itself didn't want to be separated from its victim. But Emma persisted, fueled by her desire to break free from the curse that had ensnared her. With a loud crash, the cursed painting fell to the floor, the frame shattering into pieces. A gust of wind swept through the studio, carrying with it the lingering darkness that had plagued Emma's life. Exhausted but victorious, Emma collapsed into Lily's arms. The curse had been broken, and the weight of the painting's malevolence lifted from her shoulders. The nightmare had finally ended. In the following weeks, Emma focused on healing and rebuilding her life. With Lily's unwavering support, she sought therapy to confront the trauma and darkness that had consumed her. As time passed, Emma's paintings once again reflected her true talent and inner light. Her art flourished, capturing the beauty and struggles of the human experience. Each canvas told a story of redemption and renewal, a testament to her triumph over the cursed painting's malevolence. The abandoned gallery that once held the cursed painting transformed into a sanctuary for artists seeking inspiration and healing. Emma's story served as a warning to those who entered its doors, a reminder of the dangers of obsession and the power of redemption. And so, Emma's journey from darkness to light became a beacon of hope for others, a reminder that even in the face of darkness, the human spirit could rise above, finding solace and strength in the power of art and the enduring bonds of friendship. With the curse broken and her talent restored, Emma felt a newfound sense of purpose. Determined to understand the origins of the cursed painting and the tormented artist who had created it, she delved into its haunting history. Research led her to dusty archives and forgotten journals, where she uncovered the tragic tale of a reclusive painter named Victor Hartley. Victor had been a troubled and tortured soul, haunted by his own demons, and he believed that creating the cursed painting would grant him immortality through his art. Emma's heart ached for Victor's pain, recognizing echoes of her own struggles in his story. She felt a strange connection to him, as if their paths were intertwined across time. Intrigued and determined to honor Victor's memory, Emma decided to create an exhibition at the very gallery where she had discovered the cursed painting. It would be a tribute to the tormented artist, shedding light on his life and the dark art he had left behind. As the day of the exhibition approached, the gallery transformed into a haunting yet mesmerizing space. Emma's paintings, alongside Victor's work, filled the halls, telling a story of pain, redemption, and the transformative power of art. The haunting image of the woman from the cursed painting, now imbued with a sense of compassion and understanding, served as the centerpiece of the exhibit. Emma's talent had breathed new life into it, revealing its deeper beauty beyond the malevolent aura. The opening night of the exhibition drew a crowd of curious art enthusiasts, as well as those seeking a glimpse into the mysteries of the cursed painting. Emma, wearing a stunning gown that she had created herself, stood amidst her paintings, ready to share her journey with anyone willing to listen. As she spoke about her struggle and redemption, her connection to Victor, and the dark allure of the cursed painting, the audience was spellbound. Her vulnerability and resilience touched their hearts, and they found solace in her story of hope and transformation. On the closing night of the exhibition, as Emma stood before the cursed painting, a sense of peace washed over her. She felt as though Victor's tormented soul had found closure through her art and her willingness to face her own darkness. As the clock struck midnight, a soft glow enveloped the painting. The once haunting woman in the image seemed to come to life, her eyes filled with gratitude and peace. In a whisper that only Emma could hear, the woman spoke, "Thank you for setting me free." Tears welled in Emma's eyes as she realized that her connection with the cursed painting had been deeper than she could have ever imagined. She had not only freed herself from its malevolent grip, but had also released the tormented soul trapped within it. In the aftermath of the haunting exhibition, Emma's fame as an artist soared. Her paintings resonated with people on a profound level, touching their hearts and souls. She used her newfound success to raise awareness about mental health, advocating for compassion and understanding. The gallery that had once housed the cursed painting became a beacon of hope and healing. Emma transformed it into a safe space for struggling artists and those seeking solace through art therapy. The old, haunted reputation of the gallery gave way to a new legacy, a place of redemption and renewal. Lily and Emma's friendship grew stronger, their bond forged through the trials and triumphs they had faced together. Lily, inspired by Emma's courage and creativity, pursued her own dreams of becoming a writer, sharing stories of empowerment and healing. In the years that followed, Emma's art continued to evolve, reflecting the ever-changing landscape of her emotions and experiences. Her paintings became a journey through light and darkness, a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. As for the cursed painting, its fragmented pieces were never found, vanishing as mysteriously as they had appeared. Some believed that it had returned to the ethereal realm, carrying with it the stories of Emma and Victor, while others speculated that it had simply disintegrated, releasing its malevolent grip on the world. Regardless of the painting's fate, Emma's legacy endured, a testament to the transformative power of art, the strength found in vulnerability, and the redemptive journey of the human soul. And so, her story lived on as a haunting reminder that even in the darkest of times, there was always hope for healing and redemption. In the heart of the countryside, nestled between rolling hills and dense forests, lay the small town of Ravenwood. With its picturesque charm and close-knit community, Ravenwood seemed like the ideal place to live. However, beneath the surface of its idyllic facade lurked an ominous secret, a series of unexplained disappearances that plagued the town for decades. The first disappearance had occurred years ago, sending shockwaves of fear through the residents. A young boy named Tommy had vanished without a trace, leaving behind only his abandoned bicycle and an eerie silence that settled upon Ravenwood. As the years passed, more people went missing, leaving the town gripped in an unyielding dread. Families kept their children indoors after dark, locking their doors tight and whispering nervously about the strange occurrences that haunted their peaceful lives. Enter Detective Jake Davis, a seasoned investigator known for his sharp instincts and dogged determination. Hearing the tales of the mysterious disappearances, he felt a personal calling to unravel the enigma that shrouded Ravenwood. Determined to bring peace to the terrified town, he arrived with his trusted partner, Officer Mia Hernandez. Mia was a brilliant and resourceful officer, her expertise in forensics proving invaluable in the most complex cases. Together, they formed a formidable investigative duo, determined to confront the shadows that lurked within the town's heart. As they delved deeper into the records of past disappearances, they discovered a disturbing pattern. All the victims had vanished during nights of the full moon, and each time there were strange markings left behind at the scene, ancient symbols etched into the ground. One fateful night, with a full moon casting an eerie glow over Ravenwood, Jake and Mia set up a stakeout in the hope of catching a glimpse of the elusive perpetrator. They hid in the shadows, their senses heightened, waiting for any sign of unusual activity. As midnight approached, a haunting silence enveloped the town. Suddenly, a faint rustling sound echoed through the air, followed by soft footsteps. Jake and Mia held their breath, their hearts pounding in anticipation. Through the darkness emerged a figure cloaked in a dark robe, their face obscured by a hood. The mysterious figure moved with an eerie grace, as if floating above the ground. Jake and Mia watched in awe and terror as the robed figure approached an abandoned building, the old Ravenwood Asylum. The Ravenwood Asylum had been abandoned for decades, long before the disappearances began. Its crumbling walls held a dark history of cruelty and suffering, and rumors of hauntings and malevolent spirits had kept even the bravest souls at bay. With their curiosity piqued, Jake and Mia decided to explore the asylum in the light of day. Armed with flashlights and caution, they navigated through the labyrinthine corridors and decayed rooms, seeking clues that could lead them closer to the truth. As they delved deeper, they stumbled upon a hidden chamber, its entrance cleverly concealed beneath a rotting floorboard. Inside, they found an ancient book, its pages filled with arcane symbols and chilling incantations. It seemed to be a grimoire of dark magic, hinting at rituals and summonings. Jake and Mia's investigation led them to believe that the robed figure was performing a sinister ritual during the full moon, using the ancient grimoire to conjure an unknown force. The markings found at the scenes of the disappearances were a testament to the dark power at work. With each full moon, the town grew more restless, and the air charged with malevolence. The town's residents whispered of strange happenings, shadows lurking in the corners of their vision, eerie whispers in the dead of night, and a pervasive feeling of being watched. Jake and Mia knew they had to put an end to the sinister ritual before more lives were claimed. Armed with their knowledge and determination, they prepared for a final confrontation with the robed figure and the dark force they summoned. On the next full moon, the streets of Ravenwood were deserted as residents locked themselves indoors, their fear overpowering their curiosity. Jake and Mia, undeterred, set their plan into motion. They knew the robed figure would return to the asylum to perform the ritual once more. As the clock struck midnight, they entered the asylum, their resolve unwavering. They found the robed figure standing in the center of a circle of symbols, the grimoire open before them. Chants filled the air, reverberating with dark energy. With their weapons drawn and their hearts pounding, Jake and Mia confronted the robed figure. A fierce battle ensued, a clash of light against darkness, of good against evil. The forces of the unknown fought with the determination to remain hidden, but the duo's courage and tenacity shone like a beacon of hope. In the end, the power of the ancient grimoire was broken, the sinister ritual thwarted. The robed figure was revealed to be none other than a tormented soul, Tommy, the first victim of the disappearances, who had been manipulated by the dark force for years. Freed from the malevolent entity's grip, Tommy's spirit found peace, finally crossing over to the afterlife. The disappearance curse that had haunted Ravenwood was broken, leaving behind a town forever changed by the events that had transpired. With their mission accomplished, Jake and Mia returned to Ravenwood, heroes who had faced the unknown and emerged victorious. The town's residents greeted them with gratitude, their fear giving way to relief and hope. In the weeks that followed, the town began to heal. The old Ravenwood Asylum, once a symbol of terror, was now a memorial to those who had vanished. The disappearances became a solemn reminder of the darkness that could be conquered when united against it. As the years passed, the memory of the mysterious disappearances slowly faded from the town's collective consciousness. Jake and Mia knew that the lessons they learned in Ravenwood would stay with them forever, a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the power of courage and unity in the face of darkness. Despite the victory over the malevolent entity, the events that transpired in Ravenwood left lingering shadows on Jake and Mia's minds. They couldn't shake off the sense that the darkness they encountered was not entirely defeated, that there were still mysteries left unsolved. Late one evening, as they were preparing to leave Ravenwood, they received a cryptic message, an anonymous letter left on their doorstep. The letter spoke of a deeper, more sinister truth hidden beneath the surface of the town, something that had been concealed for generations. Intrigued and wary, Jake and Mia decided to postpone their departure and continue their investigation. They returned to the asylum and the grimoire, seeking more clues to unravel the enigma that still plagued Ravenwood. As they delved deeper into the grimoire, they discovered references to an ancient cult that once thrived in Ravenwood. The cult's dark rituals were said to harness the power of a malevolent deity, granting its followers unimaginable powers in exchange for unspeakable sacrifices. The cult had vanished centuries ago, and its existence had been erased from official records and historical accounts. It seemed that someone had gone to great lengths to keep the town's dark history hidden. In their pursuit of the truth, Jake and Mia learned of a secret society, the Guardians of Light, who had been tasked with protecting Ravenwood from the malevolent force. They were the ones who had sealed the cult away, using the asylum as a barrier between the worlds to contain the darkness. With their knowledge of the Guardians of Light and the cult's dark history, Jake and Mia faced a choice: should they continue to dig deeper, risking the safety of the town, or let the secrets remain buried? But the darkness that still lingered in the shadows of Ravenwood would not be silenced. Strange occurrences began to escalate once more, ominous symbols etched on walls, unsettling whispers that echoed through the empty streets, and the reappearance of the robed figure during full moons. Realizing that they could not turn away from the darkness that had taken root in the town's heart, Jake and Mia resolved to confront the malevolent deity head-on. They needed to awaken the Guardians of Light, the last remaining protectors of Ravenwood's secrets, to join them in the battle against the ancient evil. With the grimoire as their guide, they sought out the sacred place where the Guardians had once convened, the long-forgotten Temple of Light hidden within the woods. As the full moon loomed on the horizon, Jake and Mia ventured deep into the woods, guided by the knowledge they had gained from the grimoire. Their hearts pounded as they approached the overgrown entrance to the Temple of Light. With trepidation and reverence, they entered the sacred space, stepping into the past and invoking the spirits of the Guardians. Their presence summoned a spectral light that bathed the temple in an ethereal glow. As the Guardians awakened, they revealed themselves to Jake and Mia, ancient souls bound by duty and time. They had been waiting for centuries, guarding the town's secrets and protecting it from the darkness that threatened to consume it. The battle that ensued was unlike anything Jake and Mia had ever experienced. The malevolent deity, enraged by their intrusion, unleashed its full wrath upon the intruders. Shadows danced and swirled around them, and the air crackled with energy. The Guardians of Light stood tall, channeling the power of their ancient order. Together with Jake and Mia, they formed a barrier of light to defend against a malevolent force that sought to escape its imprisonment. In a battle that spanned both the physical and spiritual realms, Jake and Mia's determination and the Guardian's unwavering faith held firm. Through sheer force of will, they managed to bind the malevolent deity once more, sealing it away and reinforcing the barrier that kept it contained. As the dust settled, Ravenwood's residents began to feel the weight of the darkness lift. The town began to heal, and a newfound sense of hope and unity spread through its streets. With the malevolent deity contained once again, the Guardians of Light remained vigilant, promising to protect the town for generations to come. Jake and Mia bid farewell to Ravenwood, knowing that they had been forever changed by their time there. As they drove away from the town, they carried the weight of the secrets they had uncovered. They knew that Ravenwood's history was both a testament to the strength of the human spirit and a reminder of the darkness that lay beneath even the most picturesque facades. And so, the story of the mysterious disappearances and the secrets of Ravenwood faded from the town's collective memory, buried deep within the hearts of the chosen few who had borne witness to its dark history. Mia knew that the battle between light and darkness was eternal, a struggle that would persist beyond the boundaries of time. They were but two souls in a world teeming with secrets, knowing that in the darkness, even the tiniest flicker of light could make all the difference. In the quiet town of Ravensbrook, nestled amidst mist-covered hills and ancient forests, lived a young woman named Lily. She led a modest life, tending to the family's small farm and caring for her ailing mother, Eliza. Ever since her father's untimely death, Lily had become the pillar of strength for her family, her love for her mother unwavering. But tragedy struck once more when Eliza fell gravely ill, her condition deteriorating rapidly. The local healers were baffled, unable to find a cure for her mysterious ailment. Desperation gnawed at Lily's heart as she watched her mother suffer. With tears in her eyes, she ventured into the woods, seeking answers from the forbidden realm of the supernatural. Whispers of a devilish entity, known as the Shadow Master, echoed through the town, a being rumored to possess the power to grant wishes in exchange for a steep price. Disregarding the warnings of the superstitious villagers, Lily reached the crossroad where the Shadow Master was said to appear. She stood before the ancient stone marker, her heart pounding in her chest. In a trembling voice, she called out to the darkness, making her desperate plea to save her mother's life. A cold wind swept through the forest, and the shadowy figure materialized before her, eyes glinting with sinister allure. "I can grant your wish," the Shadow Master hissed, his voice sending shivers down her spine. "But know that every wish comes with a price." Lily hesitated for a moment, fear and hope waging a war within her soul. The sight of her mother's frail form in her mind's eye overcame her doubts. Determination washed over her, and she made her decision to strike a devil's deal to save her mother's life. The Shadow Master smiled, a wicked grin that sent a chill through Lily's bones. With a sinister glint in his eyes, he extended his hand, sealing the pact. The terms of the deal were simple. Eliza's life would be spared, but in exchange, Lily would be bound to serve the Shadow Master, his commands absolute and irrevocable. Lily returned to her mother's bedside, her heart heavy with the weight of her decision. Eliza's condition inexplicably improved, and a glimmer of hope returned to her eyes. But with each passing day, Lily noticed the subtle changes in herself, the echo of the Shadow Master's voice in her thoughts, and the haunting feeling of being watched. As weeks turned into months, Lily struggled to keep up with the demands of the Shadow Master, who reveled in his newfound power over her. His tasks grew increasingly sinister and dark, pushing Lily to her limits. Yet, she dared not defy him, fearing the consequences that would befall her and her mother. Amidst the shadows and dread, a glimmer of hope appeared in the form of a mysterious stranger named Alistair. He was a scholar of the occult who had been tracking the presence of malevolent entities in Ravensbrook. Alistair had sensed the surge of dark energy brought forth by the Shadow Master's presence and sought to put an end to his reign of terror. Drawn to the eerie aura surrounding Lily, Alistair confronted her, recognizing the signs of a devil's deal. He explained the nature of her pact and the perilous path she had embarked upon. Lily, initially hesitant, found solace in Alistair's calm and compassionate presence. Together, they delved into ancient tomes and scriptures, seeking a way to break the curse that bound her to the Shadow Master. Their research led them to a long-forgotten ritual, the ritual of the blazing star. It was a dangerous and forbidden rite, known to free souls from the clutches of malevolent entities. To perform the ritual, they required a potent artifact, the Amulet of Ascendance. As the pair set out on their quest to locate the amulet, they encountered numerous challenges and faced the wrath of malevolent spirits and cursed guardians. The path was treacherous, and the price of failure was steep. With each obstacle overcome, the bond between Lily and Alistair deepened. Together, they found strength in each other's determination and shared a flicker of hope for Lily's liberation. The final confrontation with the Shadow Master loomed on the horizon. Armed with the Amulet of Ascendance, Lily and Alistair returned to the crossroad where her pact had been made. The air was thick with malevolence, and the Shadow Master materialized before them, his form engulfed in darkness. He sneered at Lily, taunting her for her futile attempts to escape his grasp. Unwavering, Lily recited the ancient incantation, calling upon the power of the Amulet of Ascendance. A blinding light surrounded her, engulfing the Shadow Master in a brilliant blaze. As the flames subsided, the Shadow Master's form weakened, his power diminishing. Lily's heart pounded, and she could feel the weight of the curse lifting from her soul. With one final burst of light, the Shadow Master dissipated, leaving behind only echoes of his malevolence. With the Shadow Master's curse broken, Lily felt the weight lifted from her shoulders. She was free, no longer bound to serve dark entities. Alistair stood by her side, a smile of triumph and relief on his face. But the price of the devil's deal had left scars, both physical and emotional, on Lily's heart. The horror she had witnessed and the deeds she had been forced to commit haunted her dreams. With the amulet safely stored away, Lily and Alistair vowed to use its power to protect Ravensbrook from malevolent forces. Together, they formed an alliance to safeguard their town and ensure no one would ever be ensnared by dark pacts again. As time passed, Lily found solace in her friendship with Alistair. He became her confidant, a source of strength in her darkest moments. Their shared experiences forged a bond that transcended the supernatural. In Ravensbrook, tales of the brave young woman who had faced the Shadow Master spread like wildfire. Her journey had become a legend, a testament to the strength of the human spirit, the power of love, and the courage to face the darkness that lurked in the shadows. And so, the legend of Lily and Alistair endured, etched in the annals of Ravensbrook's history, a story of hope and redemption in the face of the devil's deal. Even with the Shadow Master vanquished, the memory of the Devil's Deal lingered in Lily's mind. The guilt and remorse gnawed at her, as she couldn't help but wonder if there was another way to save her mother without resorting to such dark measures. Alistair, perceptive as always, noticed Lily's inner turmoil. He reassured her that in the face of desperation and fear, people often make choices they regret. He reminded her that the ultimate sacrifice she had made to save her mother was a testament to her love and devotion. But the shadows of the past refused to relent. Lily began to experience strange phenomena and unsettling presence that seemed to follow her, chilling whispers in the night and apparitions that haunted her dreams. Alistair suspected that remnants of the Shadow Master's malevolence had latched onto Lily's soul, seeking to exploit her lingering doubts and fears. Together, they delved into ancient texts, seeking ways to banish the lingering darkness. The battle against the lingering shadows was not merely a physical one. Lily's resolve was tested as the malevolent remnants sought to corrupt her soul from within. Alistair devised a series of purification rituals, harnessing the power of ancient symbols and the energies of the elements. In the depths of the forest, under the light of the full moon, they performed the rituals with utmost determination. As the cleansing rituals progressed, Lily faced her darkest fears and regrets. The malevolent presence twisted her memories, magnifying her doubts and self-blame. Alistair stood steadfast by her side, guiding her through the treacherous terrain of her own mind. With every ritual, the darkness weakened and Lily's spirit grew stronger. Her love for her mother and her newfound sense of purpose served as a shield against the malevolent forces. Alistair's unwavering support and wisdom helped her confront her demons and emerge stronger than ever. With each passing day, Lily felt the weight of the darkness lessen. The shadows no longer consumed her thoughts, and the haunting presence gradually faded. Alistair's guidance had helped her find strength within herself, the strength to forgive herself and embrace her choices, however difficult they might have been. But the shadows were not gone entirely. Alistair warned Lily that malevolent forces would always seek to exploit weakness and doubt. Vigilance and resilience were her greatest weapons against the darkness. As time passed, Lily and Alistair continued to safeguard Ravensbrook from malevolent entities. Together, they forged a formidable alliance, protecting the town and its inhabitants from the lurking darkness. Lily's reputation as the brave woman who had faced the Shadow Master only grew. She became a symbol of hope and resilience, an inspiration to those facing their own battles against the supernatural. Through their shared experiences and struggles, Lily and Alistair's friendship blossomed into something deeper. They found solace and understanding in each other, their bond transcending the mystical and the mundane. In time, Lily realized that her destiny was entwined with Alistair's. They were two halves of a whole, a perfect balance of courage and wisdom. As they navigated the treacherous world of the supernatural together, they became inseparable, their hearts intertwined. And so, the legend of Lily and Alistair continued to grow, not just in Ravensbrook but far beyond. Their story spread like wildfire, inspiring others to face their fears, confront their demons, and embrace their destinies. As the years passed, the town of Ravensbrook prospered under their watchful eyes. The lingering shadows of the Devil's Deal were kept at bay, and the memory of the Shadow Master's reign of terror slowly faded. In the heart of Ravensbrook, a monument was erected, a symbol of triumph over darkness and a testament to the strength of love and friendship. Lily and Alistair stood side by side, united in their journey to protect the innocent and vanquish evil. The devil's deal may have forever changed Lily's life, but it also brought her to Alistair, a kindred spirit and a partner in the fight against malevolence. Together, they embraced their destiny, prepared to face whatever darkness lurked on the horizon, and to keep Ravensbrook safe from the forces that sought to claim it.